Welcome back. We are joined by Tara McPherson right now from Sun Peaks Grand, where she is busily preparing for Lobsterfest up at Sun Peak. It's taking place June 30th through until I think the 2nd.
Correct.
Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
She's been slaving over this oven and stove for the last 45 minutes, so we're very excited to learn a little bit more about what you guys do for this.
Okay, well, we are hosting a Lobsterfest next weekend. I'm actually flying to the Maritimes Friday night, and I am going to fish lobsters with my cousin Robert.
Come on.
Next Tuesday and Wednesday.
So you're doing the whole shamil, like this is coming right straight from the Atlantic up to Sun Peaks.
From trap to table.
Trap to table, indeed. Yes. Are you from the Maritimes, first of all?
Nova Scotia.
Okay, so you know exactly what you're doing.
I hope so.
Yes, of course you do. Of course you do. So tell me, this is taking place rather at Morrissey's. Is that right?
Correct.
And how many tickets will you sell? How does it all work?
We put 160 tickets available for sale. We're doing 4 seatings for 40 people. 1 on Friday evening, 2 during the day on Saturday, and then 1 just after the farmers market on Sunday.
How fun is that? And there's going to be some live entertainment and all kinds of fun stuff.
We have 2 bands playing. One is a local Kamloops band. They're young adults. They're called Stolen. And then we have out of Revelstoke a band called Maritime Kitchen Party.
Oh,
and they're actually 2 of their band members are from the Maritimes, Alberta champion fiddler, and it's going to be great.
It sounds like a whole bunch of fun.
It is.
Good for you.
It is.
So what do we have in the pot here?
Okay, so when you arrive at Morrissey's, you're going to get a small little palate teaser, which is my terabyte lobster soup.
Terabyte.
Terabyte, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So and then everybody sits down and everybody gets a lobster. They get the fixings like corn on the cob, potato salad, melted butter, dinner rolls, and then we are going to offer additional lobsters for a single price of $15 if somebody wants to have a second one.
Very nice. We're looking on the screen right now at a shot of some Lobsterfest type pictures. Is that like the big lobster boil? Do they all go in that big pot, or how does that work?
Yeah, like basically I steam the lobsters off and let them cool down before we eat, because it's pretty hard to handle a really hot lobster.
I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic. So what are we doing here today?
Well, I'm going to just give you a quick little demonstration on how it's done.
Okay.
I'm not going to share all of my secrets on the show.
For sure.
I'm going to hold some things back for the guests that come to Morrissey's next weekend.
Seems fair.
Okay.
Okay.
So first of all, what we do is we just detach the claws from the body.
Okay.
Kind of like this. Just be kind of gentle, because you don't want to break them off half knuckle, because we're going to use that meat.
Sure.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to crack the tail kind of like this. And so basically for most people eat the claws and the tails.
Yes.
You can eat the bodies.
Yes.
The green stuff is the liver. It's called the tamale, and it's really sweet. And the greener it is, the healthier the lobster is. So this stuff is quite green. Sometimes if you get a lobster out of like maybe southern shore states, like just around the Cape Cod area, the tamale is kind of brown, and it's just there's more toxins in the water. They've got just a larger population.
Really?
There.
So maybe
Definitely.
don't eat it if it's brown?
Yeah, I mean, you can. It's just the liver just processes, right? So,
okay, good to know.
Exactly. So if you decide that this is too squirmish for you, you can use it for stock.
Okay.
Which I always do.
Okay, fantastic.
So what I do is I take the tail like this, and you actually crush the tail. And then you pull it back.
You know your way around a lobster.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I've been doing it since I was a child.
Yeah, right.
So then what you do is this is a female, so here's the orange, or sometimes it's red. It's the roe. It's delicious.
Wow, it's like a huge tube in there.
Yeah, so you pull this back because this is the poop chute.
Okay, well that's simply put.
So you pull it back and you just pull it out.
Will people be shucking their own lobsters?
They certainly will.
Yeah.
They certainly will. So that's the poop chute. So there you have the back of the tail, the regular tail, and then we just get rid of this. And then you've got your knuckles, so I'll just take both of them off just for simplicity. You always take the claw and kind of do this, because there's lots of really good juice in there.
Okay.
You pull it out, you get a little piece of cartilage.
Right.
Same with this guy.
You know what you're
Piece
doing.
of cartilage.
I just sort of open these guys blindly and hope for the best. I wouldn't really know how to do this.
And then I just use this to pull
What,
this
in your
out.
opinion, is the best part of the lobster? The claw or the tail?
Honestly, I think the claw is, and right at the palm, right where I'm cutting right now.
That looks good.
And so this little fatty bit of the claw is my favorite part. Absolutely. And then these knuckles, you're gonna get a side that's got all these little feathers coming off them. I don't actually use that part because there's not a lot of meat in there and it's a little bit hard to get at. I use it in my stock. And then you just take a little pair of scissors.
Cut it open?
Yeah.
And so for people doing this, do you guys supply all these tools that might be needed, or?
Yeah, we'll supply everything. And then you open the knuckle, and there's actually a lot of meat in here. So if you look at the amount of meat in one of those little knuckles, and I can do the same with that one. But
it's a bit of a laborsome experience, but the payoff is worth it. Everyone loves lobster, and you know what? It sounds like it's going to be a great event. Like you said, it's coming straight from the Atlantic up to Sun Peaks for this event. How many lobsters are you hoping to bring back?
250 pounds.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's going to be planes, trains, and automobiles on the way back. Once we fish the lobsters, they need to rest for 12 to 16 hours because they get a little bit stressed out. And then I get on a plane from Halifax and I get back here Thursday at lunchtime.
Wow.
And I'll be steaming the lobsters off between Thursday and Friday. The key with lobster is that, because I'm bringing them back live.
Yes.
So I keep them alive as long as I possibly can because I don't allow them to die before I cook them because that's not a good thing.
Okay.
But the longer I can keep them alive, then when I cook them, I have a whole new start date on freshness.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
So we're going through it the weekend, so I'm going to be very careful, obviously. I've done it a few times before, and it's never been an issue.
Good.
The one thing that you really need if you are transporting lobsters, freshwater is their enemy. So live lobsters and ice or ice packs or anything like that is not a good idea.
Okay.
What I like to do is I actually will make stock while I'm at home, and I'll freeze it in Ziploc, so it'll be like lobster stock Ziploc bags, keeping the lobsters cool, and then I'll take seawater, soak them in newspaper, and wrap the lobsters like that.
Sounds like you have got this well under control. Little bit of pressure on her cousin, though, who has to deliver on this fine day of fishing, right? But I'm sure it's going to go great.
Yes.
This is so awesome. Tell me this. We're almost out of time. How can people get tickets? I've got some information up on the screen, but 578-6000?
Yes, or you can call my cell phone number, which is 214-7000.
Okay.
Or email special events at sunpeaksgrand.com.
Okay, and that's up there right now, special events at sunpeaksgrand.com. So absolutely do not miss out. Sounds like this is going to be a fantastic event. Thank you for sharing how you shuck a lobster. I would have never kept up with you. It would have been bad news. Anyways, again, take in that email, special events at sunpeaksgrand.com, June 30th through until the 2nd. We're back after a quick break. Stay with us.